हेलो एवरीवन, वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू। आज है 27 अक्टूबर 2022, दिन है थर्सडे। और आज हम करने जा रहे हैं द इंडियन एक्सप्रेस के न्यूज एनालिसिस। इस वीडियो के थ्रू कम्प्लीटली द इंडियन एक्सप्रेस के न्यूज एनालिसिस होगी। तो वीडियो पसंद हो तो लाइक करें और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। Over 20 women taken to ex-Andaman Chief Secretary house in job for sex racket, key witness tell police probe team. CDR match women sequence of events, CCTV footage raised before the Narayan left for Delhi police. Probing allegation, gang rape and sexual assault against former Chief Secretary Andaman Nicobar Island Jitendra Narayan and the Labour Commission R.L. Rusi by 20-year-old woman. The special team investigation team of the AN police found evidence to record key witness statement. Point 2 alleged job for sex racket, the Indian Express has learnt. ये अंडमान निकोबार के जो चीफ सेक्रेटरी थे उनके ऊपर एलिगेशन लगाया गया है कि वो 20 वुमेन को टेकन किए गए थे जॉब फॉर सेक्स रिकॉर्ड में। विटनेस ने पुलिस को कहा है, जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो रही थी तो उसके ऊपर ये आर्टिकल दिया गया है। फ्रेंड लक्ष्मी गणेशा इमेज ऑन करेंसी नोट, केजरीवाल टेल्स सेंटर। दिल्ली के जो चीफ मिनिस्टर अरविंद केजरीवाल, उन्होंने वेडनेसडे में अपील किया है यूनियन गवर्नमेंट और प्राइम मिनिस्टर को प्रिंट करने के लिए इमेज जो गणेश है, लक्ष्मी और लॉर्ड गणेशा की करेंसी में जो नोट के लिए इकोनॉमी जो प्रोस्पेरिटी और इनवाइटिंग है वेरियस सिटीजन फ्रॉम द रिवाइल पार्टीज with the BJP calling it an attempt to hide the anti-Hindu face. Russia alert Rajnath on dirty bomb, he warns against non-option. Russian Defense Ministry Sergei Shoigu कॉल ऑफ किए हैं डिफेंस मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया चाइना वेडनेसडे को इन्वॉय जो मॉस्को में कंसर्न अबाउट द purported Ukraine plan to use dirty bomb, repeating allegation Ukraine and West have already rejected. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh ने on this part told Shoigu that Ukraine conflict should be resolved through the dialogue, diplomacy and nuclear option should not be restored to by any side. उसके ऊपर ही आर्टिकल दिया गया है। Fast GM Food Corp में भी on way, mustard trial get nod. DMH11 said to produce 25 to 30% more grain seed than high yield varieties. जेनेटिक इंजीनियरिंग जो FIRage कमिटी है उसने अंडर द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एनवायरमेंटल मिनिस्ट्री ने अप्रूव किया प्रोडक्शन ऑन पायरोडर टू कमर्शियल रिलीज ऑफ इंडियन फास्ट इंजीनियर्स डेवलप ट्रांजिशन हाइब्रिड मस्टर्ड, द ओपन ऑफ द पॉसिबिलिटी टू कल्टीवेशन ऑफ इंडियन फास्ट जेनेटिक मॉडिफाइड GM फूड कॉर्प बाय फार्मर एंड ऑपोजिशन फ्रॉम ग्रीन ग्रुप सो कॉल्ड द स्वीडिश लेवी। तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया। फॉर्मर Indian Navy officer working for Qatar company being held in Doha. 8 फॉर्मर जो इंडियन नेवी के ऑफिसर थे वो वर्किंग कर रहे थे कतर में कंपनी को प्रोवाइडिंग ट्रेनिंग एंड अदर सर्विस टू कतर एमिरी नेवी आर इन कस्टडी इन द कंट्री. इंडियन एम्बेसी इन दोहा said that to be aware of the incident. According to source, incident came to light after tweet Tuesday from the handle Dr. Mitu Bhagwa. The Twitter bio identified her the educator and spiritual link being, and who said the veteran have been illegal custody and detention in Doha for the 57 days. The post tagged the Prime Minister and several ministries including External Affairs Minister Jaishankar, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, Ministry of Power, Petroleum, Natural Gas Hardeep Puri. The Navy officer or company called Doha Global Technology and Consultancy Service, Indian Express, had learnt the company described itself as a local business partner of the Qatar Defense and Secretary of other government agencies, key competency, defense equipment, person and maintenance. तो उसके ऊपर ये आर्टिकल दिया गया। Sickness to migration to death in family, 80% of Delhi government school student absent since academic year start. Since the start of academic year, more than 3 lakh children in Delhi government school, accounting for the 80% of total students enrolled in them, have been identified chronicle absenteeism, meaning that they have not been absent from the school for 7 consecutive days or 20 out of 30 working days. Of the 3,48,344 citizens identify with the chronicle absenteeism from the April 1 to October 20. The biggest chunk is between the age of 11 to 16, together make up the 71.6% of the absent. A day after authorities select Mia Museum set up to aim preserving culture and heritage of the Bengali origin Muslim in Assam, the state police Wednesday arrest 3 persons associated with the private initiative. अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट पेज पे जो एग्जाम प्रोस्पेक्टिव से इंपोर्टेंट आर्टिकल्स होंगे हम उनको डिस्कस करने की कोशिश करेंगे. छठ घाट our latest background as the SG blames CM for misleading public. Man sentenced for the raping woman he met on Tinder granted bail. No one help him. 35 years old farmer brutally murdered in Ghaziabad leaves family flaming for no answer. Slimy package for the student in DU around 2 in capital and art festival to remind students from the Kerala of the time growing up. Matter of pride say Khatar to Sunak become the UK PM. On music at wedding export to High Court balance right of honor user. अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे. गवर्नर वांट appropriate action to be taken against the Kerala minister. CM say no. Exploring the all possible measure say CPM. After demanding the resignation of 11 vice chancellors in the state, Kerala Governor Arif Mohammed Khan has asked Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan to take consultancy appropriate action against the Finance Minister K.N. Gopal, accusing him of violating his oath and determining the unity and integrity of India. Vijayan immediately rejected the Khan's demand and saying the trust and confidence in Balgopal remain undismissed. ये केरला के जो गवर्नर है वहाँ के 11 वाइस चांसलर जो वहाँ की यूनिवर्सिटी थे उनको रिजिग्नेशन देने की कहा था और उसके साथ में उनके जो वहाँ फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर है उनको भी कहा गया था. वहाँ के चीफ मिनिस्टर को उनके चीफ मिनिस्टर ने मना कर दिया पिनारी विजयन ने वो काम करने से, तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए गए. ड्रग ट्रैफिकिंग एंड नेशनल सिक्योरिटी नीड टू ब्रेक ड्रग सप्लाई चेन Saha at the regional meeting. Chairing a high-level meeting, Western Region State of Drug Trafficking and National Security at गांधीनगर वेडनेसडे में यूनियन होम मिनिस्टर अमित शाह ने कहा है कि अदर स्टेट मस्ट अडॉप्ट गुजरात मॉडल टू चेक ड्रग ट्रैफिकिंग एज स्टेट टू अचीव द मेजर सक्सेस इन ड्रग सीजर फ्रॉम द इट्स कोस्ट इन रिसेंट ईयर. ही आल्सो अंडरलाइन द नीड टू बी ब्रेक ड्रग सप्लाई चेन. उसके ऊपर ये आर्टिकल दिया गया. Adopt Swadeshi self-reliant to keep culture art alive. PM प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी ने वेडनेसडे में emphasize किया importance of promoting indigenous products self-reliance for prosperity. Said that by adopting them one can be keep India traditional art culture and cultivation civilization alive. Addressing the gathering of the 150th birth anniversary, Jain Sant Vijay Vallabh Suriswa, who is the video conferencing, Modi said the message to Swadeshi and self-reliance extremely relevant in present time. This is a matter of progress for the self-reliant India, he said. The world is experiencing a crisis of terror, violence, and the looking to inspiration a breakout to vicious cycle. Modi said in such a situation, ancient tradition and philosophy of India, coupled with its power and giving hope to world today. अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे. गुजरात गवर्नमेंट से स्टेट अचीव 100% हाउस होल्ड वाटर कनेक्शन. गुजरात गवर्नमेंट ने वेडनेसडे में अनाउंस किया कि वो अचीव कर चुके हैं 100% हाउस होल्ड वाटर कनेक्शन सेंट्रल जल जीवन मिशन में. अनाउंसमेंट कम आफ्टर अहेड ऑफ द नोटिफिकेशन फॉर गुजरात असेंबली इलेक्शन इज आउट. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए गए. अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे. खारगे टेक्स ओवर ए कांग्रेस चीफ पार्टी कॉल सोनिया आइकॉन ऑफ सैक्रिफाइस. From sitting panel of civil comprising all CWC member but one held meet to keep Gujarat poll candidate. मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे ने वेडनेसडे में फॉर्मली टेक किया है न्यू प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ कांग्रेस फर्स्ट नॉन गांधी of assuming party top post in 2.5 decades. The vow in fight to BJP and break the system of lies, hoax and hatred. Kharge also said he will implement all decisions taken to party Udaipur conclave, including 50% of reservation for who is below the 50 years of age at the level of organization. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए गए. Gujarat transfer more than 900 officer, 51 still to be moved. गुजरात गवर्नमेंट ने ट्रांसफर किया 900 ऑफिशियल ahead of the state assembly election, but 51 official including 6 senior IPS officer yet to be moved out of the as per the election commission guidelines, source said on Wednesday. Decision कम आया है इलेक्शन कमीशन के pulled after state government last week seeking an explanation of circumstances as why the complaints report have been not furnished so far, even after the reputation time, despite issue another reminder in the matter. तो उसके ऊपर ये आर्टिकल दिए गए. Goats on currency note, BJP worried Kejriwal may dipping into its pocket. BJP claimed on mount on the offensive Wednesday against the Aam Aadmi Party concurrent and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal for his suggestion to the government that image of Lord Ganesha and Lord Lakshmi be put on currency notes. Facing an aggressive up in Gujarat poll, BJP leader admitted in private through the Kejriwal had hit a master stroke wheel in the back to foot over the percent, remark made by the AAP leader, which BJP had attacked anti-Hindu. GM mustard is neither Swadeshi for safe. SGM. Sangh Parivar have opposed the move to government committee grant approval field trial of the genetic modified mustard claim in the neither Swadeshi nor safe. RSS affiliate Swadeshi Swarang March SJM also argues to government to take cognizance of the committee action when it know there is so much opposition. GM mustard introducing genetic engineering appraisal committee under the union minister have approved the seed production and prior to commercial release. Official fast engineers develop transition hybrid must open to possibility for Indian genetic modification GM food corp by the farmer. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया है. बीजेपी चाय वाला कैंडिडेट इज शिमला इज द करोड़पति से डोंट डिस्काउंट माई स्ट्रगल. तेलंगाना बाईपोल कांग्रेस राइज्ड अलार्म ओवर बीजेपी पिच ऑन 4% मुस्लिम कोटा. अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पर जो एग्जाम प्रोस्पेक्टिव से इंपोर्टेंट होंगे. चेक एंड प्ले. CCI order on Google to stream from the mandate to curb anti-competitive practice. I must step lightly. Last week, Competition Commission of India ने impose किया था penalty 1,337.76 crore Google to abusing its dominant position in Android mobile device ecosystem. On Tuesday, Commission ने फिर से another penalty जो 936.44 crore के फ्रेम के ऊपर misusing the position violates its Play Store policy. In its order, CCI accused company to adopting discriminatory practices including anti-competitive behavior. The order also lay out the set of the corrective measure with the regard to Play Store policy and Android ecosystem. These have far-reaching complaints for the large digital ecosystem in country. कंपटीशन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया ने जो गूगल के ऊपर दो पेनल्टी लगाई है उसके ऊपर ये आर्टिकल दिया गया है कि गूगल अपने डोमिनेंस पूरे देश भर में मोबाइल एंड्रॉइड में जो दिखा रहा है और ये एंटी कॉम्पिटिटिव बिहेवियर कर रहा है, तो उसके ऊपर ही पूरा आर्टिकल दिया गया है. अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे. ए मिसलीडिंग एग्जिट. FATF has removed Pakistan from the grey list, but Delhi cannot afford to let down its guard. On October 21 में फाइनेंशियल एक्शन टास्क फोर्स ने ग्लोबली मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एंड टेररिज्म फाइनेंसिंग वॉचडॉग ने अनाउंस किया कि रिमूवल करेगा वो ग्रे लिस्ट से. अनाउंसमेंट वाज अनएक्सपेक्टेड. FATF जो 39 मेंबर के इंटर गवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है और इसका हेडक्वार्टर पेरिस में है, was set up in 1989 to G7 group of aim to setting a global standard for the countering money of means of the current money laundering following the terror attack September 11, 2001. Objective countering the finance of the terrorism was added to FATF mandate. Later object were to further expand to counter the finance of the proliferation of weapon and mass destruction. The FATF seek to fulfill the three ground mandated by drawing up the list of guidelines known as the FATF recommendation for FATF standard. This means to ensure the coordinated global response to prevent the organized crime, corruption, and terrorism. They encompass large domestic legislative and regulatory enforcement action as well the international cooperation measures. States are expected to adopt implementation FATF and associate and regional members such as a SCI specific group on money laundering, APG, take their decision on basis of consensus. More than the 200 countries and jurisdictions and committed implement the FATF recommendation. ये जो FATF है फाइनेंशियल एक्शन टास्क फोर्स है उसने पाकिस्तान को उसके ग्रे लिस्ट से हटा दिया गया है, तो उसके ऊपर ये आर्टिकल दिया गया कि इंडिया को चिंता करना चाहिए कि नहीं कि पाकिस्तान जो ग्रे लिस्ट से हट चुका है फॉरेन करेंसी की वजह से. Although the threat of being moved to grey list to blacklist remained hangover, Pakistan head was never the realistic possible, and considering the like opposition to any such move by Pakistan structure framed in FATF such as China, Malaysia, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, it was equally unrealistic to expect USA, which was studiously reframed the word declaring Pakistan state sponsor of terrorism under the American law, despite evidence in support of such designation being to overwhelming to expand the diplomatic capital on building to senses that the was bound to be resisted by the Chinese and others. अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे. एंड moreover Assam government cracked down the Mia Museum sent out dispiriting signal in the state rich diversity. ऑन ट्यूसडे में असम गवर्नमेंट ने क्लोज डाउन किया है म्यूजियम जो इनॉग्रेटेड हुआ था 2 days अर्ली. सो द मिया कल्चर on Wednesday 3 leader of the All Assam Mia Parishad including Parishad President Mohar Ali was arrested and booked under the UAPA. Police have said there will be also be probed to alleged link with Bangladesh-based terror outfit Ansarullah Bangla team or Al Qaeda. The case must follow due process of law and closure, but the fact also is that the culture conflict has been being in Assam over Mia identity for the some times now. The museum have reportedly been set up the private residence of Ali, a school teacher in Golpara, justify the police action against Chief Minister Hemant Biswa Samanta claimed that the exhibited and wearing the lungi and were part of the Assami culture, and Bodo leaders and State Minister Okhao Gaurav Burma claimed that the museum was established to move tip to creating a cultural conflict. तो उसके ऊपर ये आर्टिकल दिया गया है. अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल पे. रूम टू स्पेंड स्टेट शुड यूटिलाइज रिसेंटली क्रिएटेड फॉल्स स्पेस टू रूम ऑफ capital spending. From the physical point of view, the state government among the strong position to emerge as a key driver of economic growth this year, but while availability of funds does not appear to be consistent, and surprisingly, culture spending by state so far has been the rather muted. Their ability to ramp up capital expenditure during the remaining of the year and take advantage of physical space that will believe they have will be determine the aggressive physical impulsion of the country. The analysis is based on the 30 major state government Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Haryana, Karnataka, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Punjab, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal that account 80% of India GDP. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए गए. With the global economy environment taking a turn for the worse, with demand slowing down in advanced economy and continued progressive monetary tightening by central bank, how effective started ramp up the spending will have to critical bearing on the place Indian economy grow on the second half of the year. अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल पे. डू इट लाइक ए कैट. दे आर affectionate, but they also show how to maintain healthy physical and emotional boundaries. Not only are cats sensitive, they are also cultivative individuals who respond to human company's affection over time, and sure it may be not to be how you over the kind of you love that dog's display, but in the register of language of cat, even upright the tail and twitching ears speak volume when read correctly. Proof of comes from a recent study of the research at the Paris Nagatrin University, who published the funding in the journal Annual Congregation. They found that when cats hear a sentence spoken in the same tone by the other human companies by a stranger, they respond to former while the complete ignoring latter. The conclusion can't do from the bound effects on a specific human and don't just use them. Anti-Feninia propaganda will have it and for the food and shelter. अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे द आइडियाज पेज में बिल्डिंग फॉर बेटर आर्किटेक्ट मस्ट डू more to ensure safety and welfare of construction work. They cannot pass buck. The Pradeep Krishan film in Watch Enemy gives its those one a comedy of life on architectural student. Radha played the Anuradhi Roy, a rebellious design and student and early witness bent over drawing board to create cigarette in her mouth. Radha rise to graduation. This thesis on the disparity between the life of architect and construction work. They are the bleeding heart thesis and remarked the Billy Mora. The professor, do you really think the jury is interested to claptrap? We will feel this guilty and but the separate from the professional skill as a designer. Don't confuse two. The jury want treasure and plan the session and evaluation. He insist. एक फिल्म के ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया कि जो बिल्डिंग है वो बेटर आर्किटेक्ट होना चाहिए जिससे कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर की भी वेलफेयर हो सके और उनकी सेफ्टी भी इंश्योर किया जा सके। अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे। ऑन द ब्रिंक टुगेदर, climate crisis is getting worse. The EU, India, global community must join hand and act now. After a devastating pandemic and world is now graphically with global energy crisis triggered by the Russia's aggression against Ukraine and weaponization of energy supply. Against the background, climate crisis is getting worse by the day. As faced with catastrophic extreme weather event, global warming is fast approaching 1.5 degree level we have placed to avoid. It is the tripling point that threaten lives and livelihoods across our entire planet. तो उसके ऊपर पूरा आर्टिकल दिए गए, आप इसे सेल्फ नॉलेज से पढ़ सकते हैं। A law for the parenthood. The judiciary have the chance to expand scope of reproductive right. It must take it. The Surrogacy Regulation Act 2021, the Assistant Reproductive Technology Regulation Act 2001, ART Act come into the force early this year. Act aim to regulate the multi-million-dollar industry of reproductive medicine supplement who can access assisted reproductive technology and produce such as a vitro fertilization and surrogacy condition under the which domination and surrogacy can take place and specific requirement for claims to upload. Act allow only married infertility compulsion a certain category of women to avail the art of surrogacy, sales to gamete, any payment of to the surrogate mother other than insurance coverage and medical expenses has been prohibited. A clinic at bank offering art producer have to be registered. ये वुमेन की जो रिप्रोडक्टिव राइट्स है उसके ऊपर ये आर्टिकल दिया गया, आप इसे सेल्फ नॉलेज से पढ़ सकते हैं। अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे। सिलेंडर ब्लास्ट नियर कोयम्बटूर टेम्पल, तमिलनाडु गवर्नमेंट सीक NIA probe. In first UNSC counter-terrorism meeting to meet India this week. India hosting special meeting United Nations Security Council Center Counter-Terrorism will discuss the overarching theme of countering the use of new emerging technology for terrorist purpose. The panel will also discuss the terror financing through the cryptocurrency and use drone in new age terrorism. This will be first such meeting UNSC CTC in India since establishment in 2000 and permanent representative of India to UN served the chair of the CTC for 2022. Among announcing this, Foreign Minister Secretary West Sanjay Verma, a special meeting of United Nations Security Council Central Terrorism Committee will host to Mumbai, Delhi on October 28, 29, 2022, respectively, on the overreaching theme of the countering the use of new emerging technology for terrorist propose. तो उसके ऊपर ही आर्टिकल दिया गया है. अब चलते हैं नेक्स्टली. Month after this PMA house raised, tribal man hang himself in MP probe order. Challenge and Uncolor pulled up the turning debates into communal issue. Despite the advisory, Indian students remain in Ukraine, no choice. Nearly 2 months after Indian students started returning to war-torn Ukraine, resumed their class and face education conflict with Russia. Escalation of conflict with Russia, which led to India issuing two consecutive advisory asking its citizens to leave the country immediately. He added to uncertainty among the students. तो उसके ऊपर ये आर्टिकल दिया गया. इंडिया के जो एम्बेसी है उसने एडवाइजरी इशू किया गया था कि यूक्रेन में जो भी इंडिया सिटीजन है वो बाहर निकला है, क्योंकि रशिया यूक्रेन के बीच में जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है वो बढ़ गई है. पर इसके बावजूद भी एडवाइजरी के इंडियन स्टूडेंट यूक्रेन में रहने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि उनके पास कोई चॉइस नहीं है उनकी पढ़ाई खत्म करने के लिए. अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल्स पे. फाइनेंस डायरेक्टिव टू रूरल बैंक, स्टाफ सिक्योरिटी इन जम्मू कश्मीर, HR इशू ए प्रायोरिटी. लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल कश्मीरी शुड चेंज देयर द माइंडसेट, वेंचर आउट फॉर जॉब्स. LAT militant kill at LOC, army see Pakistan trying to infuse terror. अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट पेज पे. पेस इन बॉर्डर एरिया essential for the normal ties with China, Jaishankar tell Chinese envoy. Day after outgoing Chinese envoy said the India-China need to restore each other's political system and uphold the principle of not interference each other internal affair. External Minister Jaishankar ने कहा है कि peace and tranquility in border are the essential for norm between India-China. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया है. Man held for wife dead, shooting video of her trying to hang herself, police. M to MP Act each policy, Nalanda Veracity to offer the course of Bay of Bengal. Kashmir minor assault, police say suspect has been identified. अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट पेज पे जो एक्सप्लेन किए. एंटी ट्रस्ट केस अगेंस्ट द गूगल, हाउ रेगुलेट डिसाइड फाइन. 2 week कंपटीशन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया ने फाइन किया है 2 बार अब्यूजिंग द डोमिनेंस पोजीशन ऑफ market with the Android mobile operating system OS and anti-competitive policy in its app building and payment processing. Apart from the laying the total fine 2,000 crore, antitrust body issues as well and direction that could be impact Google business. तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिए गए. In China, fast inhalable vaccine against COVID-19 can needle free work. Authorities in Shanghai ने स्टार्ट किया एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिंग इनएबल वैक्सीन अगेंस्ट द COVID-19. apparently a world first. Associated Press report on the Wednesday. Vaccine is being offered for a free and booster dose for previously vaccinated people, according to new announcement on official city social media account. रिपोर्ट कहता है तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया. Understanding the GM mustard. What is the transitioning hybrid mustard DMH11 that has been cleared by the Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee for health trial? Why did the clearance take so long? What happened here onward? October 18 को जेनेटिक इंजीनियरिंग अप्रेजल कमेटी ने अंडर द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एनवायरमेंटल फॉरेस्ट एंड क्लाइमेट चेंज ने रिकमेंड किया है एनवायरमेंटल रिलीज टू ट्रांजिंग हाइब्रिड मस्टर्ड DMH11 to seeking productive and conduct the field demonstration studies with the respect to its effect, if any, no honeybees and other polluting insect. तो उसके ऊपर ये पूरा आर्टिकल देगा कि हाइब्रिड मस्टर्ड क्या होती है और इसके हाइब्रिडाइजेशन में अचीव क्या होगी और GEAC उसने क्या किया है और इसके क्लियर करने में इतना टाइम क्यों लगा. तो उसके ऊपर पूरा आर्टिकल देगा. AF wants Lakshmi Ganesha on currency, who designed not and how. Several Aam Aadmi Party leaders led by the party chief Arvind Kejriwal on the Wednesday asked government to put picture Goddess Lakshmi and Lord Ganesha on currency note to in the bring prosperity to the country. Who decide what the bank's note and coins look like and what's the process of changing and design from the Indian currency. आरबीआई और गवर्नमेंट की इसमें क्या रोल होती है और मिंटिंग ऑफ कॉइन कौन करता है और करेंसी मैनेजमेंट कैसी होती है, तो उसके ऊपर एक पूरा आर्टिकल दिया गया है। अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट पेज पे जो वर्ल्ड की है। पुतिन अक्यूज्ड यूक्रेन ऑफ डर्टी बॉम्ब प्लान से वर्ल्ड कॉन्फ्लिक्ट राइट रिस्क हाई। प्रेसिडेंट व्लादिमीर पुतिन ने वेडनेसडे में रिपीट किया है रशिया unsubstantiated warning that the Ukraine has preparing the explosion so-called dirty bomb aimed to confirm that the Kremlin is seek pretext acceleration its war in Ukraine। तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया। Will be serious mistake, Biden wants Russia against nuclear attack। In fast cabinet meeting, Sunak wants to tough decision and delay plan on public finance। ऋषि सुनाक जो फेस्ट कर रहे ऑपोजिशन इन पार्लियामेंट फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, ब्रिटेन प्राइम मिनिस्टर वेडनेसडे promising to restore economic stability after his procedure tax plan targeted market turmoil। तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया। 15 killed and 40 injured as the gunman attack measures Syrian in Iraq। Pakistan drove ISI representative from probe team। Arab voters key to breaking deadlock in Israel election। Damaged by an explosion in Beirut, the enclave immersed the Gentilicis। अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट पेज पे जो इकोनॉमिक की है। लिक्विडिटी इन सिस्टम टाइटन द ऑन राइजिंग क्रेडिट डिमांड, आरबीआई फॉरेस्ट इंटरवेंशन। आरबीआई अक्टूबर 21 लिक्विडिटी इंजेक्ट हाईएस्ट सिंस द अप्रैल 2019। रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया ने इंजेक्ट किया है 72,860.7 crore liquidity into the banking system on October 21, highest since the 2019 after the liquidity condition tightened on higher demand for credit during the festival season and central bank intervention in forex exchange market crop to volatility of rupees on April 30, 2019। The net infusion liquidity was RBI was 96,150 crore। तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया है। CBDT extend RTI deadline for companies till November 7। सेंट्रल बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स ने वेडनेसडे में एक्सटेंड किया ड्यू टू डेट ऑफ फाइलिंग रिटर्न ऑफ इनकम ITR बाय बिजनेस बाय 7 days टू November 7। तो उसके ऊपर ये छोटा सा आर्टिकल दिया गया है। इरिडा पुट रिस्ट्रिक्शन ऑन क्रॉस बॉर्डर री इंश्योरेंस रेगुलेटरी। इरिडा पुट रिस्ट्रिक्शन ऑन द ऑपरेशन over 3 crore border insurance which are achieve Indian reinsurance market। तो उसके ऊपर ये आर्टिकल दिया गया है। जॉनी जी सोनी डील 3 channel to be sold to ally anti competition concern। The proposed merge between the G Entertainment Enterprises and Sony Picture Networks India have inching to closure with the film agreed to sell 3 Hindi channel to mitigate the regulator concern। तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया है। Remain committee and evaluating next step Google on the 936 crore CCI fine, stating that the remaining the committee to use the development Google India or Nasdaq says is the reviving the Competition Commission of India orders to evaluate the next step। तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल देगा। ट्विटर प्लान टू क्लोज डील ऑन प्रीवियसली एग्री टर्म्स। इलोन मस्क को जो ट्विटर बिकने की प्लान की गई थी, तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया है। सेटकॉम गवर्नमेंट अनवील न्यू पॉलिसी प्लेटफॉर्म पॉलिसी रिफॉर्म। दाबरू टू एक्वायर 51 स्टेक इन बासा मसाला फॉर 588 crore। FMCG मेजर डाबर इंडिया ऑन द वेडनेसडे में सेट किया एक्वायर करेगा 51% स्टेक बादशाह मसाला प्राइवेट लिमिटेड ओनर और बादशाह मसाला ब्रांड which was engaged in the business of manufacturing and marketing and exporting ground space blended space and free sounding। तो उसके ऊपर आर्टिकल दिया गया है। अब चलते हैं नेक्स्ट पेज पे। नेक्स्ट पेज स्पोर्ट की है। तो आज के द इंडियन एक्सप्रेस न्यूज एनालिसिस पे इतने ही। वीडियो पसंद हो तो वीडियो को लाइक करें और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। थैंक यू। जय हिंद।